Have you ever wondered what saved the entire Ford Motor Company from collapsing into complete financial ruin before it even got started? In July of 1903, Henry Ford had less than $250 left in the bank, no income, and a team of unpaid workers wondering if they should start looking for real jobs. Enter the 1903 Ford Model A motorized wooden box featuring 2 cylinders, 8 whole horsepower, and enough charm to pull Ford back from the brink of absolute disaster. This was the vehicle that started the world's most famous automotive legacy, and if you stick around, you will see how this glorious little brass-era bucket completely changed history. Before this car existed, Henry Ford's previous automotive ventures had gone spectacularly belly up, leaving his investors furious, and Ford dangerously close to taking up a sensible, boring day job. When the Ford Motor Company was officially incorporated in June 1903, they desperately needed a hit. The Model A was designed to be simple, accessible, and cheap enough that a well-off doctor wouldn't cry while writing the check. It didn't look like much compared to modern machines, resembling an open-air horse buggy with brass lanterns, but underneath that simple wood and steel body was a design philosophy focused entirely on rugged functionality. Underneath the seat sat a mid-mounted 8-horsepower flat twin engine boasting a 2-liter displacement. That meant 2 giant pistons chugged back and forth like angry metal accordions, sending power directly to the rear wheels via a heavy-duty chain drive. Power went through a 2-speed planetary transmission, which was essentially a primitive ancestor of today's automatic transmissions. Driving it required using a combination of foot pedals and hand levers, meaning you practically needed 3 hands and a prayer to keep it moving straight. It could hit a terrifying top speed of 28 miles per hour, provided you weren't driving uphill or against a strong breeze. However, one major problem changed everything in the scorching summer of 1903. Ford had built several cars, but they hadn't actually sold a single one yet, and the company was literally days away from missing payroll completely. Then, on July 13th, a Chicago doctor named Ernst Fenning dropped $850 on a red Model A with an optional detachable rear-to-no seat. That single purchase saved the business, unleashing a flood of orders across the country. What happened next surprised everyone, as Ford manufactured 1,700 Model A's at their small Mack Avenue plant in Detroit over the next year. The Model A offered incredible utility for its time, but owning one was definitely an endurance sport. Starting the engine required cranking a heavy iron handle on the side of the body, a process that could easily sprain your wrist or break your arm if the engine backfired. It didn't come with a windshield, doors, or roof as standard equipment, meaning driving in the rain was basically an unprovoked bath on wheels. Overheating was also a constant companion, as the primitive cooling system struggled mightily during long summer drives. But that's only part of the story, because its lightweight frame and simple construction meant almost anyone with a wrench could fix it on the side of the road. There's another reason this car became so important to automotive history beyond its mechanical quirks. The original Model A established the financial foundation that allowed Henry Ford to eventually develop moving assembly lines and create the world-changing Model T 5 years later. Without the cash flow generated by this humble little roadster, modern mass production as we know it might have been delayed by decades. Today, surviving examples are ultra-rare artifacts of engineering history. If you want to put an original 1903 Model A in your garage today, expect to pay upwards of $200,000 at high-end auctions, making this 8-horsepower buggy worth far more than its weight in gold. The 1903 Ford Model A proved that simple, practical transportation could transform society while saving an ambitious genius from bankruptcy. It introduced the world to Ford's engineering philosophy, kept the lights on at the factory, and laid the groundwork for an entire global industry. It wasn't fast, comfortable, or easy to crank start, but it was the legendary machine that launched a century of driving. If you enjoyed this journey through automotive history, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment down below. Would you dare drive an 8-horsepower car with no roof at 28 miles per hour today?